Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at this, you see that Trump is completely dominating the Republican field. Just a couple weeks ago, Trump was up about 70 points over CHRISTIE, who just dropped out, and Nikki Haley was down 60 points. Nikki Haley has only made a move in New Hampshire, according to a CNN poll, okay? He's still up over Nikki Haley in New Hampshire. The point, however, is that in Iowa, he's up by a great deal, 30 to 50 points. So if he defeats, and when he defeats, DeSantis and Nikki Haley and everybody else by over 30 to 50 points, there's no contest. You'll see DeSantis and Nikki Haley will drop out almost certainly after New Hampshire. So if they keep on saying that, oh my God, she's close to New Hampshire, she's not going to win New Hampshire, okay? Even if she gets close, then the rest of the primary, he'll win by 40 to 50 points. There's no point to any of this. Nikki Haley, media is desperate to get Nikki Haley close to Trump. It's not working, okay? Also, once he wins Iowa, the momentum going into New Hampshire will completely crush any type of attempt to get Haley or anyone else close to Trump. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Everyone within the Republican field will go the way of CHRISTIE. Okay? Every single person. This has simply been an attempt at, selling a book or, this really sad and pathetic attempt at trying desperately to perhaps get the GOP nomination when or if Trump gets convicted. I think he will get convicted, and these convictions will be overturned by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court already gave the special counsel a huge defeat the other week, just like I said it would. It didn't even look at the issue of presidential immunity because it wasn't given any crimes to look at. You can't simply accuse Trump of a crime, and we know the polls, he's already up over Biden in an average of polls, okay? So he's up by 1 to 2 points in an average of polls. You can't simply accuse him and say, oh, well, can't we convict a president if he commits a crime? You'd have to actually accuse him of a crime not 3 years after these alleged crimes were committed. It would have to be a significant enough crime for him to be impeached and then convicted and removed from office. There'd have to be such overwhelming evidence that a president committed a heinous, atrocious crime that nobody would be able to defend him. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. To read my writing on the Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. I will have a live stream tomorrow, likely around 3 p.m. Pacific time. 3 p.m. Eastern. So be here tomorrow for the live stream about 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will have a live stream, and please go ahead and be here. I've been taking some days off in terms of the live streams and then trying to focus on the uploads. But here, if you look, ladies and gentlemen, Trump is up 32, 41, 55 points in these polls. And that's just in Iowa. Okay? So the poll, you might say, well, that was a poll from December. H.A. Goodman, you showed us a poll from December. Well, here are other polls right now. January 11th, up 32 points. He's defeating Haley by 32 points. And then 41 points over Haley. So you look, ladies and gentlemen, and they're not even close. If he defeats Nikki Haley by 30 to 40 points, she's not going to suddenly win New Hampshire. And then the thing now, they're saying, well, she's getting close to New Hampshire. She's still down by 10, 12 points in an average of polls, 15 points. But see, again, that's not the most conservative state in the country. It's one of the more liberal states. Okay? Then you get into the South, then you get into red states, and Trump dominates. So after New Hampshire, or shortly after New Hampshire, Nikki Haley and DeSantis, and everybody will just drop out. Because you'd have to be a complete and utter imbecile to be giving money to a presidential campaign of Trump's challenger at this point. And he's only getting more popular. Biden is getting less popular. Inflation numbers were up today. I repeat, inflation numbers were up today, unfortunately bolstering one of my other predictions, that we're going to have a devastating stock market crash. Okay, because you're going to have corporate profits eventually feel the pressure of inflation. And so you look, it's not even close. And you can look at 538, and he's still up by a sizable amount. So you look right here, he's still up. They say that they're making a big deal about New Hampshire, but see, the rest of the primary are all, conservative states. I should say the rest of the primary are states that, Trump is even defeating Biden in Michigan. That's how strong he is. Okay, so not only obviously conservative states, but you're going into South Carolina and other states. This is where Trump dominates. And if he's up overall by 50 points or so, if he's up by 30 to 50 points in Iowa, he's up well over, if you look at the polls in South Carolina, Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, he's up by 40 to 50 to 60 points in those states. There's no point if you're a challenger to going against Trump for the duration of the primary, because you would just be wasting money. And then, who are you going to get to give you money to continue? And you look at DeSantis. DeSantis has completely obliterated his chances in 24. Now, 24, Trump picks, in 28. In 24, Trump picks Nikki, CHRISTIE Noem. She's the front runner. If she's a great vice president, she will be the front runner. So then they have to contend with Trump's vice president. Vivek Ramaswamy did a lot for himself. So backing Trump and not going and betraying him like all these other people. But this isn't rocket science. This is more a dose of reality, a reality check. You share this with anybody who thinks that Nikki Haley or DeSantis or anyone else has a chance. What they did to Trump, they would do to anyone else. So they're going after Trump. They're trying to imprison him for things he didn't do. They accused him of things he didn't do. Then they're saying, what if he ordered the end of someone's life? It's like, you would have evidence of that. You would need to have evidence. You can't simply say Trump performed a speech and then because of that speech, people lost their lives, and therefore it's his fault. Okay? You could look at billions of dollars in property damage and link those billions of dollars and lives lost and the chaos and mayhem and curfews to words uttered by Democratic politicians. You can look at the chaos and mayhem after the Dobbs decision and how Democrats gave tacit approval yet again to chaos and mayhem. This is why most Americans don't trust media, and this is why most Americans prefer Trump over Biden, and we're only in January of 24. We haven't even seen the market and Bitcoin crash, the stock market crash, Bitcoin crash, and these things are on the horizon, unfortunately. By the way, I don't want a Bitcoin crash. I do not want a Bitcoin crash, but it's going to happen, unfortunately. If you listen to, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, when he was alive, all these, you look at the long-term prospects. You just listen to Jeremy Grantham and Michael Burry. These a lot more knowledgeable than I am in terms of the market. So, and this unfortunately will take place, I think, before November. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel. Trump is going to regain the Oval Office. And like I said, His vice president will be the front runner in 28. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Thank you.